Okay, so today I want to talk about the chords that one is going to run across when they play a multitude of different styles of music, and what are the common suspects that we'll run across. So, in my world we have major chords, minor chords, and dominant chords. And dominant chords are anything with a number after them. A9, C6, G flat 11, sharp 13. But the minute you say major or minor, they get relegated to their respective families. So I'm going to go through just the ones that I think are important, and then give you a couple of things to maybe practice if, for instance, changing chords is difficult, which it is at the beginning. I was lucky in that some of my listening habits early on relegated me to having to learn how to change chords quickly, or else I wasn't going to be able to play some of my favorite songs. So, if you don't have the tablature for this video, contact me, and of course you can have it. We have major chords: D. I'm using my middle finger on the high E, first finger on the second fret A string, ring finger at the third fret, open D string is played, C major. If you don't know that one, I have not done my job. G. Now I do that a couple different ways. Sometimes I'll do it like this. If this finger is going to be needed, like if I'm going to play like a G7, that's a G. And sometimes I'll even play a G like this, where I'm playing the last two strings at the third fret, but as written, it's like that. So you could use those fingers or those fingers. That's perfectly fine. We have E major and A major. And I just lay my finger across those three strings. I don't bother doing the Mel Bay version, which is that. I feel like that just creates a lot of stress. And the reason being, here's an E, there's an E. That's the only thing I'm losing by, I kind of deaden the high string, and I just don't play it. When I strum, I stop right before the high E. Because I've got an E elsewhere in the chord, so it's a redundancy. Now moving on, just a few open minor chords. D minor, E minor, one of the saddest chords you can play, and then A minor. Then we've got seventh chords. These are fun. It's sort of like an A, but the open G is ringing out. So we have to make that kind of happen. And again, depending on what I'm doing, I might be liable to use different fingers, but I just need two to make that chord happen. D7. First finger's at the first fret, middle finger second fret, ring finger second fret high E. E7, which is like E major, but you take your ring finger out. G7, I like this one because it goes diagonal this way, sort of. Well, not sort of, it does. This first finger is covering the first fret high E. C7. Pinky is getting added to the G string at the 3rd fret. Here's a C major. Pinky's really got nothing to do there, but if you put it 3rd fret G string, you've got a G7, or I'm sorry, a C7. And people will go, that's just a fun thing you can do with C7 is alternate the bass from C to the G on the low E, 3rd fret. Don't change anything else, just lift up. And then we've got B7, which 2, 2nd fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret. We have an open B string, and then a F sharp note up top here. B7, here's B. I want to throw in a few extended chords, and we're not going to get crazy on this one, but major 7 chords, minor 7 chords. Major 7 chords are in general happy, but they still have almost like a jazzy kind of quality to them. They can be melancholy. D major 7, A major 7, which my A7 a minute ago was with the open G ringing out. We put 1st finger on the 1st fret G string to create this A major sound, A major 7. Starting with the open A string. And then here's G major 7. That's a really good formation for if you're playing, a lot of rhythm, like R&B guys use this form a lot. I have low E with my 1st finger. I'm coming all the way up top to the B string with my middle finger. So, and then I'm laying these 2 guys in the middle at the 4th fret. On the 4th fret D string, 4th fret G string. And I'm not playing the high E, and my finger down here is laying across the A string, which has no note on it. So we're omitting the A string and the high E string on this one. G major 7. So this would be A major 7. And our other fingering, notice how they sound exactly the same? Same notes, they just fall differently on the neck. Then we've got minor 7. There's D minor 7, A minor 7, and E minor 7. And then I'll end this little talk about chords by giving you a couple things to practice, okay? So if you have E major and you're using these fingers, so 2, 2, 1, and you strum them all. Well, if you just take these same form and you drop it down a set of strings, you have A minor. write your own song like that, you know? And then two kind of regular chords that will help you. D major and G major. You have to move everything to make that happen. So I think that's a good two chords to practice to change. And then kind of getting back to the other idea of E major to A minor. If you do E minor, which is 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 0, and then just drop these two, you have an A suspended chord. I'm doing the open A and that's yet another chord progression that you could practice that's just moving a set of fingers in a shape, and it spells out two completely different chords. So you have something to practice to help you changing your chords. And I appreciate the time that you spent with me today going over some of these chords. Just try your best to memorize them, get them in here and play them. And then as we go along, we'll be picking out songs that use these because they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. So thank you so much. Take care.